You've got to love it when fish stocking groups stock our impoundments and western waterways. Now, there's one fish, unfortunately, that many anglers don't want to know about. It's called the tilapia. Somerset Dam, for example, is a great fish haven. There's yellow belly, there's bass, the list goes on. But the tilapia is one fish that is affecting just about anything else that lives with it. We call it the cane toad of the waterways.
Tilapia escaped from pet aquariums quite a few years ago, and being such a hardy, aggressive fish and prolific breeders, they are now in plague proportions, which is why Kevin Graham from the Condamine Alliance is trying to stop the spread of these aquatic invaders.
We'll get him up in a sec. It's got a fair fight. Tell you what, Kev, they're quite a good-looking fish, aren't they, really?
Yeah, that one appears to me, Paul, to be a female.
So, mate, being mouth breeders, I guess people who may not be aware of that take the fish home, fill it up. They've got the carcass. They don't know any different because they think, oh, I've just come from Brisbane, I've caught this nice fish, I'm going to cook it up. Then they throw the carcass in the water, but the eggs are still in the mouth.
Yeah, that's right, Paul. Like, the scientists tell us that the eggs could live for 24 to 48 hours. Wow. So if that carcass is thrown out into the waterways, the young and the eggs are able to escape, and they just invade the waterways.
And they're quite hardy as well, like obviously they'll live through a lot of things.
Yes, once they get into the waterways, they can really bully and boss around our native fish.
Recreational fishing in the Northern Murray-Darling system brings in about $145 million a year for the local economy. So if the tilapia makes its way into the Condamine, businesses and communities in the area could be badly affected, which is why scientists from Fisheries are bringing out the big guns to fight the invasion.
So, Andrew, at the front of the boat, we've got these wires hanging down. Mate, what do they do?
Okay, so we're an electrofishing boat, and what we do is pass a current through the water to stun the fish. The fingers that you see hanging over the front are the positive, and the hull itself is the negative. And between the two of them, it generates a field that paralyses the fish's muscles temporarily, and they float to the surface, or they come in towards the boat.
One thing I did notice on the sounder, when you look at those, the actual vision, the nests are so prominent, they stand out.
Exactly.
And they're very territorial, I'd imagine.
Exactly. Each of those nests will have a big male defending it, and it'll exclude all the native fish from that area. So if native fish, like small hardyheads, need to get into that area to breed or to feed, they can't get in there because the tilapia are excluding them.
The DAF is also teaming up with the Queensland Boating and Fishing Patrol, so there is a presence out on the water helping people deal with this feral species.
So, Brett, what do people do if they catch the fish?
It's important not to place that fish in an esky. So we're looking at leaving it at room temperature, again in a bag if possible, typically at the back of the boat where the fish can't escape back into the water. We don't want to see them being used as bait, either in a whole or filleted form.
And when you get back to the bank, what do you do with it then?
To remove it as quickly as possible from the boat and dispose of it in a humane way, or placed within a rubbish bin, ideally.
Now, if you want any more information on tilapia or what to do if you catch some in your area, then head to the DAF website. You can also head to the Condamine Alliance website, where there's heaps of info and links on what you can do to stop the spread of this invasive pest.
Certainly is fascinating stuff, I can assure you, and we've learned a lot on today's segments, particularly here when it comes to Somerset Dam and all about tilapia. Remember the rules when you go fishing for those. Have yourself a wonderful day. For all the details on past episodes, log on to allthews.creektocoast.com.au. I'll be back soon. Until next week, bye for now.
Creek to Coast is brought to you in proud partnership with BCF. Boating, camping, fishing. This is living. Our vehicles are supplied and serviced by the Motorama Group.